So I am actually going to close us out. So first, I just want to say thank you to all of our panelists. I think this was a really deep and just helpful conversation, but I don't know. We just went pretty deep, actually. There's some new words too. So they're all in the chat. And one of the things that I know, great mic drop, Morales. I agree. Unfortunately, I'm ruining that, but okay. So first thing, there is a question in the chat about what kinds of schools are you all in? So I will just say that Principal Morales is at Bancroft, which is a DCPS school in Ward 1. It's a dual language program, as Jessica mentioned. Principal Riddlesberger is at Ketchum in Ward 8. Both are pre-K 5 schools, right? Mm-hmm. And Ms. Bryant is at Thompson in Ward 2. All the schools are actually, except for Ms. Gentry, are pre-K 5. And all our DCPS, except for Ms. Gentry, is at Inspired Teaching Demonstration School in Ward 5, which is a charter school and goes up to grade 8, I believe. Did I get that all right? Okay. All right. So I do just want to mention before we leave that we are going to, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is the first in a series. So we are going to create a resource website where this webinar will be uploaded. We'll have it in English and Spanish. We will also share resources that were mentioned. So Dojo came up a lot. I know there were a few others that our staff were, catching as you spoke. So actually, participants, if you have ideas for other resources and you want to put them in the chat right now, we will capture those as well. I also just wanted to say stay tuned for our next webinar. And before we leave, we have 1 minute. I would love to invite each of our panelists to say one word that you feel sums up how you're feeling going into the next few weeks. Who would like to start? One word. You go for it. Yeah, go ahead, Maisha.
I'll start. There's a whole bunch of words, but I have a mortgage to pay, so I won't share some of them in here. No, but in all seriousness, I think it's just, for me going into, it's just, I think a word that I would describe is just uneasy. I'm not necessarily a type A type person, but I'd like to think that with 12 years of experience as an administrator in DCPS, I can think like at least a half a step ahead in a lot of situations. And I am about 10 steps behind right now. And so it doesn't feel good. I feel almost as unsettled or uneasy as I did when I was a first year principal, which I would have never thought would be happening in 2020. But yeah, I would say uneasy or unsettled.
Thank you.
I feel connected.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
connected.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ms. Gentry.
I feel connected.
Thank you. Jessica, you want to go next?
Yeah, I don't know that I have one word, but I am a huge believer and I have a lot of faith. And I think that, I also love Frida Kahlo. And she has a quote that says that at the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. And I have to wake up to that every day, right? Like yesterday was a bad day, but I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do this again. But there is that uneasiness, but there has to be a light at the end of this, man. It can't be like this every day. And so I just stay hopeful, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that.
All right, Ms. Bryant, close us out.
Yeah, so she said it. I feel hopeful. I feel I feel fired up, so we can still go to the beat of the drum to still say that, you know, you need to hear the voices of the people who are serving our children first and foremost. So I feel hopeful. So that's it.
Thank you all so much. Zachary, did you want to say one last thing?
I am feeling grateful.
I would second that, and really appreciate you all. So appreciation. All right. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you.
And this is our first of many more webinars to come. So thank you all for kicking off our first conversation.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Bye, Morales.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye,
Nice
Miss
to
Gentry.
meet you
Bye, Miss
all.
Bryant. Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye. Nice to
Bye.
meet you.
Yes, if you're ever around Ward 8, drop by.
I'm always.
Okay.
Yeah.